Okay, so one of the common question types we will use or come across are ones where there'll be a rectangle and they'll be talking about either area or perimeter. And for these sorts of questions, often it's easy to look at the question and go, well, I know the answer, okay, because I've done years of length times width or years of working out perimeter, and I can work out the answer. But the question here is, can you do it in an algebraic way? So you need to change that thinking so there's algebraic in the way you approach it. So for a question such as this, we've got to think, okay, how do we do area algebraically? Okay, so it's still length times width. Okay, so it's still that length times width rule. Okay, but here our length is 4. Okay, times by our x for width. Okay, so therefore the expression that we're going to be using will be 4x. Okay, and then what we can do with that is we can then make it equal to the area that we're given. Okay, so that equals, in this case, 12. Okay, and then to solve for x, we need to do the balance method. So here we are going to be dividing by 4 to get rid of the multiply by 4. So dividing by 4 on here, and that gives us our final answer, which is x is equal to 3. So that's that algebraic thinking that goes with this. Okay, let's have a look at an example that looks at perimeter. Okay, and the perimeter ones are interesting because there are a few ways of setting up the question. Okay, now in this case here, sorry for the not quite square, but the lines tell you that it's a square. All right, so here we know that the perimeter is equal to 28 and one side length is equal to W, okay? Now what we know here is that to find the perimeter of any shape, it's going to be an addition of all of the sides, okay? So that could be written as W plus W plus W plus W. Or you could look at it and go, well, it's 4 times the same length, so 4 times W, which would be a better way of expressing it, okay? And then using the value we're given, we can turn our expression into an equation, okay? And then we use that balance method again to prove our pronumeral value. So here, divide by 4. On this side, also divide by 4. So that will leave us with W equaling 7. 4 7s are 28, of course. Okay. So it's important to sort of think through these at times. For an example like this with, if it was a rectangle rather than a square, it goes slightly differently and it has a few other flavors to it. Let's leave that at 28. Okay, and let's make that 10 and make that one x. Okay, and to solve something like this, for example, we could go x plus 10 plus x plus 10, like that. Okay, equally though, what we might do is we might do the add the two, a length and a width, so x plus 10, and then we would times all that by 2, okay? All right, and that would give us then our 2x plus 20 as our expression, okay? We'd then make that equal to the perimeter, 28, okay? And then go through our usual procedure. So we want to get rid of the 20, so we go take away 20. And that leaves us with 2x equals 8. And then we want to divide by 2 to get rid of the multiply by 2, leaves us with x equals 4, okay? So the key with this is to demonstrate your algebraic thinking, okay? Not just solve the particular value of the